7 skills that will make you rich. Hi, guys. It's good to be talking to you here. I'm going to give you 7 critical skills that if you want to be rich in today's economy or any economy in the future, you're going to want to take note. By the way, in a bonus to this, not only 7 skills, but a couple little sneaky attitudes. Even if you have the skills or you don't have the skills, the attitude will still make you rich. Okay. So number 1, so take some notes, because this is going to come fast and furious. Number 1, bar anything else, if you want to be rich, you must learn how to sell. That's right. So S-E-L-L, how to sell, how to generate. Why? Because sales equals income. You know, I've traveled around the world many times over the past several dozen years. And I'll tell you what, anybody that complains that they don't have the lifestyle they want or the income they want, it's because they don't know how to sell themselves, sell their product, sell their dreams, and just sell yourself, because the toughest sale of all, keep this in mind, is you selling you to you. I think we all know that in order to be rich, one of the things to be rich, your best bet, not the only bet, but the best bet to being rich is to be in business for yourself as an entrepreneur, okay, or at least on the side. Because in this day and age, with governments doing what they will, your best bet is to be independent and be able to sell. And by the way, sales is not just selling a product, it's selling people to be on your team. It's actually selling people that are on your team to get the job done. It's actually selling and raising capital. Many companies lose not because they don't have good ideas and not good work ethics, it's because they cannot raise capital for their venture. And they die and they fail. So number 1, learn how to sell. My son, 19 years old, now just turned 20, by the way. I told him he wanted to go into business. I said, first thing, learn how to sell. He's knocking on doors, door to door, selling jugs of water, okay, home delivery, and he's learning a lot. That's your first skill. Number two skill, learn how to assemble a team. Now, what's that mean? It means being a leader. It means being likable enough and trustworthy enough and being an example enough that people will actually trust you and want to work with you and be part of your team. Whether you pay them or not, or whether they volunteer to work or not. I have a client, an Indian client, and she has a vast network of amazingly powerful women all over the world, and they're all volunteers. But they produce amazing results, and she has an amazing business. So either way, the ability to build and drive a team, okay? So that's number 1, sales equals income. Number 2, massive and passive income requires having a team. And by the way, your team is better off not being family members. Your best team is the people that are really sold and bought into your mission, whatever it is that is you're trying to do, okay? So that's number 2. Number three, this is a little sneaky. You don't think about this all the time, but is the skill to be able to teach other people on your team how to sell. I'll say it again. The skill to learn how to teach other people on your team how to sell. Now that's our specialties. We teach people. If you got a message, we got a methodology to help you do that. But teaching in the 2020s and going forward is the primary skill that a person and an entrepreneur is going to have, and that commodity is always sellable. Okay, but you got to learn how to teach other people how to do it. Otherwise, they're never going to learn on their own, because it's not something they teach in school. Okay, it's not something they teach in school. That's 3. Number four skill is the ability to be able to build systems around yourself, to build a business. You know, like cash flow management systems, recruiting systems, selling systems. Most importantly, even if you only work by yourself, marketing systems. A marketing system is an engine that will generate leads that you can then turn into income. And again, maybe that's not your skill to be able to do systems. But if your other skill was to be able to lead, be trustworthy, and be a stand-up type of a person people can trust, then you can recruit those kind of people to be able to work with you. That's number 1, 2, 3, that's 4. Number 5, the number 5 skill is accountability. Once you have a team, or even if you're an investor, the idea to be able to hold other people accountable so they make their agreements with you and they keep the agreements. So much money has been lost. I have lost. people all over the world have lost so much money, lost their dreams, lost their lives, literally, because people don't keep agreements or they change their agreements. So the opposite of not keeping an agreement is called accountability. Doesn't mean what you say is good. In other words, if you're being accountable for sales, doesn't mean that your sales numbers are good. It means you're going to be accountable. You're going to report them, good or bad, and you're not going to justify. You're going to be able to take and learn the lessons that come with that. Okay, so accountability, holding people accountable. Now, I'll say one other thing about that. That skill is a skill that you need to demonstrate to other people. You need to be held accountable, and you need to be able to hold other people accountable. And I'm going to tell you this right now that nobody will ever tell you in building a business is that is one of the most difficult things for people to do. Why? Because they don't want to hurt people's feelings. They don't, if I call them out on something, they won't like me and all that stuff. And you got to learn how to get past that. Maybe in another podcast, I'll talk about how to get past that. But the truth of it is accountability. So that's be able to sell. Sales equals income. Massive and passive income requires a team. Number 3 is to be able to teach that team how to sell and then teach them how to teach somebody else how to sell. Number 4 is systems. Number 5 is accountability. Now, what's number 6? Number 6 is something that I was taught a long time ago, is that every great organization, whether it's a large organization, whether it's a government, a country, a religion, or whether it's just you by yourself and your family, one thing in common is a set of rules that we call fondly a code of honor. A code of honor. What's a code of honor? Code of honor is a set of rules that are important to you based on your values, maybe values like honesty, teamwork, integrity, love, accountability. Whatever the values are important to you, you make rules, just maybe 10 of them, like your own 10 commandments type of thing, a set of rules so that everybody that works with you, whether they're part-time, full-time, whether you're an investor working with contractors, working with brokers, whatever it is you're trying to do to become rich, you need to have a set of rules around you to keep you protected. Now, let me just say one more thing about it. You're going to be, if you're listening to this and you're taking notes, you're going to become rich, because there's another skill here I'm going to talk about in a second, number 7. But you're going to become rich. But with rich, you become attractive. And when you become attracted, people come to you and they want to borrow from you. They want to help you. They just want to be around you because you have that attractive force. Be very careful. That's why you have to have a code of honor, a set of rules for yourself. A set of rules for yourself. Remember what I said before? The toughest sell of all is you selling you to you. When things get tough, can you sell yourself to keep going? The other thing about code of honor is you have to have a set of rules to protect you from yourself. I don't know about you, but I am my own worst enemy. And I could give you countless examples in business, in my family, in my life, where I got into very deep trouble because I didn't play by my own rules, by my own rule book. You got to create rules. We have rules in our business like never abandon a teammate in need, be on time, everybody must sell. And when I took a trip to Kilimanjaro years ago with my then 16-year-old son, we had an incident on the mountain, and it was the code of honor that not only brought our relationship together, but taught me how to be a father. Taught me way more than ever. And we never scaled the mountain that year. We went back and did it a second time. But that code of honor, that one rule about never abandoning a teammate in need, we start together, we finish together, is the core essence of it's the demonstration of who you are, okay? So that's code of honor. Now, what's number 7? Okay, Blair, what's number 7? Save 7 for last, and hopefully you'll know by the end of this that you are, okay? Number 7 is the skill is to be a great student. A student. Have a student mindset. Why? Because you're going to need mentors to help you on this journey to become rich. And one of the things you're going to learn, if you're going to have a mentor, the rule there is shut up. Listen to what they say. Don't ever say, I know this. Don't say, I've already tried it. Don't ever do that. Learn to be a student, to be completely open, and to let people with experience support you. Because the fastest way to turn off a mentor is say, I already know that. That won't work for me. And they'll wash their hands of you. So number 7 is to have a student mindset, to understand that you are the student and you're learning, okay? Now, a couple attitude things. This is not a skill, this is an attitude. And the attitude is this: listen to me closely and watch my lips. Learn to trust yourself. Learn to trust yourself, to believe in yourself, to have faith in yourself, because you will make a lot of mistakes, which possibly is another skill. To learn that you're going to make mistakes and to recover quickly and use them as fuel to correct from. You're going to make mistakes. But if you have an internal clock, an internal voice that says, I trust myself, I believe in myself, I have faith in myself, you won't give up. You won't quit. You won't need to sell yourself so much. And you will become very rich. Because anybody that was very rich, most people were also very broke at some point in time, because that's part of the learning process. Okay? So those are your 7 skills and a couple little attitudes thrown in. You deserve to be rich. In these crazy times, lots of people are running around looking for help. You don't need help. All you need to do is have the student mindset and learn these skills, and you can become